Welcome back to Standoff.
Everyone's ready, Captain. Let's get on with this. Hope to double-check the flight recorder, Bradshaw. Wouldn't want this to cut off in again.
So one characteristic of Spoon's that will be constant throughout the plot is that he cannot let things drop. And he's exhibiting it quite well here. Anyway, we're back in the Death Trap Gladius for this one.
Bombers and go after the turret.
Hey, what can I say? I'm a professional.
Damn it, Lionheart pilots, don't do this! We don't want to fight you. Join us. You won't need to worry about a forced confed retirement.
Engage this target.
Son of a bitch! That's a Guadalcanal pilot! Attention all ships. Any Guadalcanal ex-hostages that put up a fight are to be considered valid targets.
What about the rescue line, huh? They can't all have joined the pirates.
Don't worry, Bradshaw. The Marines will go in and plan. Wilco.
We've accessed your file, Pirate. You're
Yes,
dead. You got quite
I
a
was
way
indeed
down,
pulsing the
but
afterburners
it
in
ain't
time
easy.
with the music there. I don't really have an excuse for doing that.
This thing's headed. I'm ejecting.
Anyway, the basic objective in this mission is to knock the turrets off the pirate's base.
Like somebody's been marinating that.
Just crank the back to the
But it's basically impossible to do that without first getting rid of the fighter cover, because to attack a stationary target like pirate-based turrets, you have to fly in a straight line. And that's always a bad idea, as a friendly Talon is about to volunteer to show to us, well, a hostile Talon actually, but it's being fairly friendly in what it's doing and serving as an excellent example. Here we are. That does happen to you if you stay in a straight line, so you have to remove the enemy before you can do it. Missiles are something of a pain in Standoff. The development team kept all the stats from Wing Commander 2,
Just crank the back to the
which means the same number of missiles and the same number of decoys, which is a problem because Wing 2 fighters only have a couple of decoys. Missiles in the early Wing Commander games were much less effective than they are in Prophecy, and much more prone to losing lock on their own, which makes getting locked onto a missile very deadly in Standoff.
Just crank the back to the
Especially in the Gladius, which is very bad at outmaneuvering missiles. Lighter fighters is not quite as bad. It's just another reason the Gladius sucks, I guess. We are now clear to attack the base turrets, and in doing so I make a lot of use of this manoeuvre, the afterburner slide. It's based on the idea that your velocity only changes gradually, so if you hit the afterburners and then change your direction, you'll be facing a different way to the way that you are actually moving. That's something the AI doesn't track well, so it can often give you an edge, especially when facing fixed emplacements.
Sounds like somebody's in there.
Here's an alternative way of dealing with fixed emplacement. A lot of the time, if you get very close to the surface of whatever they're attached to, they won't be able to shoot you because they can't confess they hit the angle.
Militia here. We were sent from Nexus to help you deal with this pirate scum.
Destroying that second turret has triggered this wave of enemies, and also a wave of reinforcements. Trigger, you'll note, has a name, therefore we can pretty much guarantee he'll be back.
Nothing personal, but your death is my gain.
Don't quite get my approach right there, so I take some damage and trigger our first eject warning. Eject warning, seriously. Does anybody ever pay attention to an eject warning?
Alpha Wing, we're heading for the base. Keep us covered.
I can't ever remember ejecting in a Wing Commander game due to damage, as opposed to ejecting because I wanted to play a losing path mission.
Nothing personal, but your death is my gain.
Another day, another kill.
One enemy fighter down.
I have to applaud Hot Dog there for perhaps the least informational content in a message ever. I'm fairly certain I noticed that the enemy fighter, which was exploding while it crashed into my view screen, had been destroyed.
You're finished, Flyboy.
This battle is now mostly attrition. Enemy waves arrive, and we're trying to minimise damage and minimise losses. Individual fighters aren't a big issue while we're doing this, but it's advisable to avoid tangling too much with fresh waves where multiple fighters are grouped. The almost destroyed music, by the way,
Your luck has run out. Along with mine.
is beginning to get stuck into my head now, so I'm sure the rest of you will have it eventually.
I will see you burn.
Anyway, here's a trick we can use in facing new waves. They don't have any real collision avoidance, as I talked about last mission. So if we end up with this large asteroid installation between them and us, they will quite happily fly into it.
Get the hangar back. There are 3 sabers here, and we get them ready for flight as soon as we find the other hostages. There's also a bunch of columns here. Our reporters are deploying them right now.
This is not good!
Since there's not much in the way of collision damage, even when it is turned on, you can turn it off. In this engine, it didn't actually destroy the fighters, but it did bring their speed down to 0, so that the AI Talons there basically couldn't miss. And similarly, I was able to pounce on the second fighter and wipe it out. And it's a pretty good trick to mess up the cohesion of an enemy wave if you can get an obstacle between you and them.
We've got all the hostages we could find. 4 of them are unaccounted for, and nobody knows what happened to them, but they are definitely not in the cell blocks. We are laying explosive charges within the base and preparing the sabers for launch now.
So that signal is basically mission accomplished. Once your marines send that, there will be no more enemies. All that's left now is to get sufficiently far away from the base that we can actually watch the fireworks, and possibly to take a look at the saber that isn't trying to kill us.
All pilots, clear the base area now!
Looks like our job here is done, gentlemen. Bradshaw. You've got landing priority. Captain wants to hear your report as soon as possible.
Mission accomplished.
Good work, Captain. You are cleared to land.
We're done here, so bring the Gladius in. We're not quite finished with cutscenes, so there's no more piloting to be done. So you can inspect my damage and watch what happens next, as things don't quite go according to plan.
Seriously made it back alive in that thing?
I assume we're making off with the sabers, hopefully replacing Gladius with them. I mean, they're both faster and better armed and better shielded, so you know. Not that I'm bitter or anything. But
Saber 3, you're drifting off course. Adjust your course for final approach. Saber 3, you're drifting. Adjust your course now. Shit! Captain Bradshaw, report to the flight deck.
so, there we have it. I've been Aladdin, this has been Wing Commander Standoff, and join me next time when I will catch up with that saber. Thank you for watching.